What up, Entourage? Here we are, TNF, another week of fantasy football. Are you excited? I'm excited, of course, because a lot of our guys are looking really good, including a few that will be going tonight. Unfortunately, one of our guys is not going tonight, DJ Shark. A little heartbroken by that, but let's get into it, guys. Let's break this game down because we don't have a lot of time. But before we do, I want to give you guys a quick reminder. A sub, a like's always much appreciated. And for those who have been taking advantage of the premium content, they'll be able to tell you it's legit. It's 4 emails, waiver wire gems and free agents, trade target, that's on Tuesday, trade targets, buy, sell, hold, complete list on Wednesday, rankings today, and an updated rankings on Saturdays. 20 for the whole season, or I'm gonna put a Patreon account. It's $10 a month, but you could do 20 for a season. Well, just want to get that out the way, guys. Let's get into it. Thursday night football, but I promise you guys who follow me on Instagram at fantasyfootballrapper that I would do one of my secrets. And this is something that I was teaching in the Facebook group that I have, my private Facebook group. Shout out to all of you guys that took advantage of that. Our rosters look amazing. Very proud of you guys. And somebody was asking, they were like, hey, I have somebody I could drop. It was to an injury. I forget the player's name, to be quite frank. And they're like, hey, should I pick up this? And he had a couple options. Some of you guys' waivers are really nice. And this is what I told him. I think the options, I really wanted him to pick up Preston Williams and Laviska Shenault. I explained the other day how Preston Williams has had a really tough matchup. I think it was on my Twitter. Make sure you're following me there, guys. That's where you get all the breaking stuff at IMFFRapper. And, you know, Preston Williams' first 2 games were against New England. He saw a lot of Stephen Gilmore. Second game, believe it or not, Tre'Davious White was matched up on him. I went back and watched that game, because that's what I do. I watch all the games, and I was very impressed how much Fitzpatrick looked to Preston Williams. He dropped a bad touchdown. I believe he did score a 2-point conversion, though, when I watched the game, and it seemed like he liked to target him. Well, guess what the best remedy is for a slow start? The Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, on the other hand, you guys that watch my waiver video, I told you guys that I like Laviska Shenault. I like his talent. I think he's in the right situation. They find creative ways to get him involved, whether it's a ball carrier, short passes, deep passes, and he's very good running after the catch. So he had one spot. He has to pick between this guy and that guy. You know what I told him? I told him, drop your kicker. The best move you guys could do if you play in a league with a kicker is drop your kicker. And do what I call auditioning. I'm the master at this. I've been doing this for 20 years. Some people are starting to catch on now. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's called auditioning. Let Preston Williams audition on your bench. I mean, unless you need to start him. If you need to start him, some of you guys do. I'm starting Adam Humphries in one league. Or if you need to start Laviska Shenault. But if you don't, a lot of people in my Facebook group, their teams are so stacked, they can't even pick up guys like that they don't need to start them, and you could do what's called auditioning and let them decide who to drop. Now, if they both go off, that's a good problem to have, because then what you do is you flip them, or you flip another player, or you package them with another player and you upgrade at a position. That's staying ahead of the game. That's how you win in this league, because both of those players have great upside, already have shown flashes, only been 2 weeks. So it's all about stacking and staying ahead of the curve and using the excess fat to then improve your roster and your starting lineup. Okay, so that's my little trick there. You could do it. I do it all the time. I do it with Sunday night games. I just pick up a flyer on a player if you got an extra bench spot. I do it Monday night. Do it with I sometimes do it from the 1 o'clock games to the 4 o'clock games. And once you get later and later into the year, and more injuries start piling up, you got to start getting more and more creative, and that's what you'll find. I'll find myself doing more often than not. Now let's get into the actual game preview, guys. Okay, so let me fix the camera here. All right, I make myself look beautiful. All right. There's a lot to like this game. I mean, two bad defenses, two offenses that got some potential. I mean, let's start with the Miami Dolphins. Devontae Parker was almost a wide receiver 1 last year. This guy, Myles Gaskins, the running back, looks a little interesting. He runs hard. Good pass catcher, too. And, it's going to be a shootout. And I believe he had close to 70% of the snaps. So Breida ain't a thing. Howard ain't a thing. Myles Gaskin's a thing. And a nice matchup. Mike Gesicki leads all tight ends in receiving yards. Gotta love Mike Gesicki. You saw what Jonnu Smith did to the Jaguars. I just totally stuttered there. So, I mean, we saw Jonnu Smith got that 63-yard bomb, had 2 touchdowns. So, Mike Gesicki often gets more volume than Jonnu Smith on a short week. You gotta love that matchup. And then my man Preston Williams. He's been kind of like the number 1 receiver, and teams have treated him that way. I'm not saying he's produced like the number 1 receiver, but the way they kind of use him and feature him. I believe he's going to break out tonight, and I love me some Preston Williams. So Parker, he's got potential too. Like I said, it's the Jaguars. Even Isaiah Ford, I was almost going to start him in the throne. That I liked it with Adam Humphries. But Isaiah Ford had quite a bit of targets last game. I believe he caught like 7 of 9 against Buffalo. Chan Gailey likes to use the slot. Even Isaiah Ford is a decent start, like in deeper leagues or DFS. But most of you guys should have better options. But you might have had the injury woes. But what I'm trying to say is we should expect a lot of points. Now, I got a lot of questions this week about Minshew. Should you start Minshew? What'd I tell you? I looked at the tape. I looked at both teams' tape. And here's the thing about Minshew. He doesn't have a strong arm at all. He just doesn't. He doesn't have a strong arm. But he's pretty accurate, and he buys himself time. So I'm not so crazy about Minshew now that Shark's out of the game. I think it's going to be more of a James Robinson game because Miami's bad at the pass and the run. But because they're missing Shark, I'm also not crazy about Cole. I think Cole has took advantage of a situation. When I went back and watched the film, it seemed like the guys were DJ Shark and Laviska Shenault. I think Keenan Cole is very busty because we're getting caught up in the moment. He had 2 good weeks, but Keenan Cole's already been in the league quite a few years, and he is what he is. He is what he is. Good for him that he had 2 good weeks, but I'm curious to see how he'll perform when he's treated like the number 1 receiver. I'm not so sold. Laviska Shenault, on the other hand, I believe he's a lot safer. Every analyst, as I'm scrolling down my Instagram, as I'm scrolling down my Twitter, is like, start Keenan Cole, start Keenan Cole. I haven't seen any of them mention Laviska Shenault. Now, I don't go contrarian to be contrarian, but when I looked at the game, like I said, he seemed to be more of a feature in the offense. And I like that he'll have a safe floor because they use him in a variety of ways. So he's got the better talent. He's going to have more opportunities. He's not going to be the focal point. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not playing in the outside. Well, he will. Maybe, yeah, he lines up in the outside too. But like I said, as a ball carrier, as a kind of like a gadget player, so to speak, I like Laviska Shenault a lot more. I like James Robinson. I probably like Fitz even more than Minshew, but that goes back to the question you guys were asking me. I like Herbert more than Minshew because I know I'm going to get these questions. I like Brady more than Minshew now that DJ Shark is out. So I think Minshew could be a little trappy tonight. Just call it a gut feeling. Miami's defense is trash, but Minshew, like I said, doesn't have the best arm. now doesn't have his number one wide receiver. Miami's bad against the run. James Robinson looks amazing. I like James Robinson more than I do Minshew, and I like the other quarterbacks, Herbert, because these are the ones I'm getting the most questions about. Herbert, Wentz, Brady. I like all those guys more than Gardner Minshew tonight. All right? So that's kind of my preview for the game. Who am I missing? Anybody? So I like Shenault, love Shenault, and I like James Robinson the most from the Jaguars. Minshew's not a terrible start, but I am a little weary because DJ Shark is out and how they will respond, especially with the Dolphins being so bad against the run. Dolphins, Parker, it's got some upside. Like I said, it's the Jags. But he might see a lot of CJ Henderson, I'm hoping, because I like Preston Williams. Just call it a gut. Like I said, I really like Preston Williams' talent. I think he had a rough start, but I think this is the week he breaks out. Isaiah Ford, Darty, Myles Gaskins could be a sneaky play, and Fitzpatrick could be a sneaky play as well. Well, I also promised you that I will answer your questions. So I'm going to give you guys the floor now. Just remember, guys, I'm going to put my Patreon link. If you just want to donate $1, I really appreciate it. If you want to do the premium package, which is 4 weekly emails. Tuesday, you get the waiver wire gems, the free agents. Wednesdays, my complete list of buy, sell, hold, straight targets. Thursday, today, is the rankings, and then I update them on Saturday as well. And you get the whole year for $20, or if you want to do the monthly, maybe you want to, test it out, it's $9.99 a month. All right, and I'll have the Patreon link on there. Well, you guys have the floor. I'm all yours. Nobody got questions. And if you like what I got to say, the super chat's always available as well. Or if you want to make sure that your question's answered. Thanks for the info. Thank you, No Name, for thanking me for the info. Minshew or Rodgers? I like Rodgers. How do I buy it at $20? I'm going to for that, since it's a deal, it's not on Patreon, just DM me, fantasyfootballrapper, or my email I'll put on there, fantasyfootballrapper@gmail. Fantasyfootballrapper@gmail. James Robinson or Connor? I like James Robinson. Josh Allen? No, Josh Allen definitely over Minshew. Preston or Shenault? If you have to pick one, Shenault's safer. I think Preston has more upside. Appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment there, Gaspini. 4 per touchdown, 2- per interception. Okay. Let me get a little closer here. These questions come fast. Gesicki or Higbee? I like Gesicki. Joshua Kelly, Fournette, and OBJ start too. Fournette and Joshua Kelly. DJ Moore or Montgomery? Oh, that's tough. DJ Moore probably. Shenault or Boyd? You gotta go Boyd. Burrow or Daniel Jones? That's tough. That's really tough. I guess Burrow, but San Fran's banged up. I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones and Carson Wentz both have bounce back games. Daniel Jones has a banged up Niner defense, and Carson Wentz against Cincinnati. They're kind of like Jacksonville. Gesicki, flex, or Boyd? I still go Boyd. Herbert or Daniel Jones? I like Herbert. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate you. Herbert or Minshew? I like Herbert. I did mention that. I like Herbert a lot. I like what I saw. He's got weapons galore. He's got Carolina. Like, everything's falling in place. With Kelly and Eckler committee, would you recommend it? I like what I saw at Eckler. I went back and watched the film, and I would be on the opposite end of that spectrum. I'd be buying low. This is what I tell you guys. It doesn't matter if you're in the committee, guys. It doesn't matter. You can still be top whatever, and especially now that Herbert's the quarterback. Pick 2, more A-Rob. I like A-Rob and more, just a little safer. Should I grab Gage or Shenault to stash, or should I pick up Madison? Madison, for sure. Slayton, Judy, or Gage? I like Slayton there. I like Judy as well, but I definitely like Slayton. I don't think Devontae Adams will play. Gibson or Fournette? I kind of lean Gibson here. Fournette's got a tough matchup. Denver is pretty stout against the run. Robert Woods or Devontae Parker? I'll go Woods. Robbie Anderson or Boyd? I go Boyd. Monty or Ned? I like Monty. Giants defense or New England defense? Giants play San Fran. I go New England. Start Breeze or Herbert for sure. Breeze ain't looking too good. Joshua Kelly or Fournette? I gotta go Kelly, man. He's playing Carolina. Minshew or TB12? I gotta go Tom. Hurst or Goddard? I like Hurst. I love Hurst this week, guys. Again. Mixon or James Robinson? That's tough. I gotta go Robinson against the Jaguars, man. Philly's tough against the run, and they're not using him right. How you feel about Adams? Yeah, I don't think he plays this week. McLaurin or DJ Moore? Both kind of have tough matchups. I go Moore. Appreciate you, Braxton. Robinson or Montgomery? I like Robinson, assuming that it's what's his name, James. Mixon or Carson? I like Carson this week. DJ Moore or Marquise Brown? That's tough, man. Marquise Brown's got a, I don't know, Monday night, Marquise Brown in a shootout, kind of like Marquise Brown. Do you trade Taylor and Godwin for? No, man, you don't trade Taylor, period, or Godwin. Should I drop Judy for K. Cole or should no? Absolutely not. Judy is lit, bro. But what would be nice is some likes. I mean, we got 48 people in here, 15 likes. I know not 35 haters. I think that's the math. 34 haters. Odell or Slayton? I like Slayton. It reminds me, I told you guys to sell Odell today. The news breaks out. Odell doesn't think he's going to have big numbers. So hopefully you saw my... Guys, make sure you're watching these videos. This is free content. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's premium content, but there's a shitload of really good content. Like yesterday, I told you guys to sell OBJ. And like always, we are proactive here in Entourage. Also, why am I tongue twisted? At IMFF Rappers Twitter. That's where you're going to get all the breaking, guys. It's all free. Use it. I have Godwin and Evans. Should I keep both for trade one? I mean, those are blanket questions. I like Godwin. I would trade Evans. But, I mean, it all depends on your situation, guys. Shenault or Robbie Anderson? I like Shenault this week. Gallup or Judy? I like Judy, but Gallup is due for a breakout. But I do like Judy. Presents a safer floor. He should get a lot of targets now with Sutton out the game. And they're going to be placing Tampa. So Tampa's going to score. Let me know when the game starts, guys. What do you think of David Johnson? Actually, I got to go. I got to check my lineups. Make sure I took DJ Shark out of all of them. All right, last question. Judy or Cole? I like Judy. Good luck tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Email me, fantasyfootballrapper@gmail.com. If you're looking for the premium content, $20, 4 emails a week, guys. Waiver gems, trade targets, rankings Thursday, and an updated version on Saturday, guys. If you have any other questions, I'll try to get to them. Just comment down below. I'm going to check my lineups real quick because I forgot to do that. And once again, thank you for support. I love you guys. Peace. I did it backwards.